What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're going to be looking at a video from Anton Daniels. And this video is coming from a panel discussion that Anton had with a group of black women about how white women are going to college to get married. Now, this video is going to be quite unique because it's going to it's going to basically expose the reason why a lot of white women are getting the good black men when they're in college, especially the athletes and stuff like that. But I want you to look at this because look at this.
Now, the crazy thing is, he told me that I was it on maybe day 2 or 3, and I thought it was crazy. But I knew within the first month that he was it. And in September, we'll be married for 15 years. So it wasn't easy. I wasn't a saint. I messed up a lot along the way. But thank God I had the ability to know how to choose a good man. And I think that's a lot of women's problem. Women do not know how to choose a man who is steadfast, a man who is hardworking, a man who will go and fight for his family and do what needs to be done. My husband has investment accounts and things I have no idea about, no clue. I just know occasionally it'll come up in the taxes, and I'm like, oh, or I'll come up with some, and in my mind I'm like, ooh, I want to ask him, like, ooh, maybe we can do this, maybe. And sometimes I'll make some suggestions, like, hey, babe, have you thought about that? And then he'll just look at me and he'll be like, okay, and then he won't even address it.
Follow
But
your husband's lead. There you go, Coco.
but yeah, but to Anton's point, there was a point where I'd always want to be like, and I have to tamper that down. But in the beginning, I just knew this man drives me crazy. But this man is a good man, and I'd be a fool to let him go. And women did try it, and women did try me, and women did try him, but that's another story. But I just knew that he is a good man,
That's a
period.
good man, Savannah. But before we go to the next topic, go ahead, Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of bounced, and sorry about my voice, it's been a long weekend, but we kind of bounced around to a lot of different topics. As far as like appreciating black women, who's going to love black women? I just feel like just do what's best for you, right? Do what's best for you and yours, and allow others to do the same.
But the problem with that is a lot of people are continuing to make the same mistakes, and they want to say, and now Jazz talking about do what's best for you. Here's the problem: that doing what's best for you shit is the reason why we're in the position that we're in now. A whole bunch of baby mamas, a whole bunch of problems in the black community. That's the reason why. That's the reason why we're in the position we're in.
This condemnation kind of like narrative where people feel like what they're doing is the best way, and if someone else isn't doing it that way, then all of a sudden that means they're doing it wrong. It's just like, what are we talking about? Everybody's relationships are going to work different based on who's in them. If there's a man that wants to do certain things that certain men feel like they shouldn't do in relationship, that's okay. That doesn't make him less of a man. That works for him in his relationship. If there are women that are picking the wrong men, it's up to them to figure that out. This constant like women aren't doing this. It's like, okay, do we have a solution for them, or should we just focus on who are making good decisions, right? Who know how to choose correctly. I don't think it's just women that aren't choosing the right partners correctly. There are men that aren't choosing the right women as well, and find themselves in situations with women that don't appreciate them. You know what I mean? Take them for everything they have. And it's just like this constant like black women need to be doing this. It's like, yo, there are black women out here who are not behaving in this degenerate way, who are not, disrespectful to black men, who are not, looking to, be this bossed up independent woman and saying F men. There are women that actually are looking for families. And it also boggles my mind when there's so much condemnation with women who decide to pursue their careers and their education. It's like, what is a single woman supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like after she goes, after high school, are we telling our daughters, don't go get an education because that might be intimidating to a man? Don't go pursue any personal goals or career goals because that might not attract a man to want to marry you while in your 20s. It's like, what do we do? I don't think there's anything wrong with
Nobody's saying not to go after your career. Nobody's saying that shit. Here's the big problem with this type of thought process, because they want to sit here and say, "Oh, we're saying not to do this, not to do this." We're not saying not to go after your career, but here's the problem: y'all make y'all career y'all life, and then y'all get mad when men choose something else and refuse to date you because you've taken your career, you've made your career your entire life. So a lot of guys believe like this. They're like, you know what? She ain't ready for a relationship. She's only focused on her career. Okay, cool. Let me go find somebody that's actually want a relationship, want a family. If you choose your career all the damn time, and then after your eggs are damn near about to become mummified, now you want to sit here and say, "Oh, let me find me a man." Then that man refuses to date you. Don't blame the man. What we're simply saying is, do like the white woman do. Yes, go to school and get your education, but don't make your education the sole thing you're focusing on. Y'all take relationships. Y'all think that relationships. Y'all don't take relationships serious at that point. Y'all don't. Y'all looking for the fun. Y'all looking for the relationship. Not the relationship. Y'all looking for the damn fucking party. Y'all looking for all this stuff. But the problem is y'all waiting till it's too late to find a man, and that man's like, "Why the fuck am I gonna date you? Because you got fucking 3 damn kids by 3 different men," and then you over here talking about, "Oh, I'm looking for a husband." Meanwhile, you over here trying to get wife benefits, but you're not even a wife yourself. You want to be treated like a wife, but you're not a wife. You won't even follow the man's lead. If the man has a plan, a man has a set plan, he spent his entire life developing his path in life, developing his plan, trying to build his plan, trying to build something for himself. A lot of black women, especially, they'll come in thinking that their way is the right way. Meanwhile, their life is fucked up beyond repair. And then they be wanting to run the fucking show. Meanwhile, that man built something for himself, and that black woman ain't built nothing. And that goes for a lot of other women too, that had this same mindset. Not all guys out here is just fucking willy-nilly out here. A lot of guys have a fucking plan. Y'all just don't want to listen to it because y'all, sorry to say it like this, but a lot of y'all have never had a father in your life to actually teach y'all to actually follow behind a man's lead. A man, not a boy, not a nigga that's got a fucking beard and nuts and able to fucking bust inside of a woman and have kids, but an actual man. That's the problem.
Get married. Focus on getting.
I'm not the one that. What do y'all say? Men hold the keys to marriage, and then y'all also say
but
that most men aren't even ready to get married until they're in their mid-30s.
And that's the problem. You're saying, yes, men hold the keys to marriage. But here's the thing. You have to be worthy of being married. And women like Jazz, they believe that they're worthy of marriage. They just haven't found the right one. Well, ma'am, if you was worthy of marriage, you would have been married already. Way before now.
Not even financially prepared for a family until then. So what do you want us to do? Like, are you asking for, young 20-year-olds to marry men that are in their 40s and 50s, like while they're in their, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And if that works for them, cool. But a lot of 20-year-old young women aren't. Can I finish? A lot of 20-year-old women who have a head on their shoulders, they're not looking to date older to try to gain something. They want to date someone that's in their age range. They want to have a child, the first time parent situation with them. So it's just like, let people do what they do at the level that they're at. And it's okay if they're not doing it your way. It's not our business.
But that's what they're already doing that, and they're already crashing out, and everything is already falling apart.
Hold on, Kamala. Let me. Is it Siaka?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I know
Yeah.
you wanted to kind of have a conversation with Jazz really quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jazz, like you were saying, you were pointing out, like if a woman looks for her career in her 20s and not getting married early, they're seeing it as something wrong. It's like I used to be in Hollywood as an actor, right? And a lot of what we study is intention. And if you're in a scene and you could say, "Hey, I love you," but if your intention is "I hate you," that "I love you" is going to come out a certain way, correct? So if we're teaching our younger kids, and we see this even more with white women in college, they have their intention is to get married and find a man. So they may not get married in college, but then by 25, because they've been moving not to make it to the top of the mountain in their career, but make it to the top of their mountain in life, so that while they're doing their career, while they have a job, they can be moving up, but it's not like they got to get there first and then. But if their intention is to look for good men and the type of man that will end up ultimately being their husband and the father of their children, I think that time frame part of it that we kind of get stuck on will work itself out, and it tends to work out a lot sooner. So maybe she picks that 22-year-old that she graduated from college, or at 25 she meets a 35-year-old that makes sense with her intention of wanting to be a wife and a mother.
Right,
but I think right now we are not teaching our kids or our young women, especially, to be wives and mothers.
Well,
and so,
y'all tell men to wait
I
longer to get
I
married.
also don't think we should be comparing, Black people to white people in these situations, because a lot of times, a lot of white women, when they're in college, they have families that are backing them up, that are paying for their weddings, that are providing a certain stability of lifestyle, where they are encouraged to go find a man that's in school. Whereas in our communities, right, we are told something from our fathers to our mothers to our grandfathers. They're all telling us, go and get your own, sustain yourself. Now, I don't disagree that we shouldn't put a focus on if being a mother and being a wife is what a young woman wants to do. I don't think it's anything wrong with prioritizing what it means to be a good wife, what it is to look for a good husband. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I don't think we should be teaching our daughters or young women to tie their value in life based on if a man chooses them or not. Their value is what.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, I mean, I know we like to, as creatures, say we're all this and we feel this, that, and the other. We have different choices. But when it really comes down to it, we're kind of binary creatures by nature. Right. So, like, when you're saying where your value is going to be, if a man, woman, if you focus on my career, that's where your value is going to be. And it's not going to, and especially if you're doing right or you're almost there, when are you going to stop and go, okay, you know what? Now I'm going to stop focusing on this thing that I work day and night on, that I put my blood, sweat, equity in, to then start thinking about a family. You're asking people to shift from a place that is, I think, a harder lift than just to start with that and then move through your career going, I'm looking to get off this ride.
So would you suggest that we don't tell we tell them not to get educated at all, and just have like small time jobs, just wait for a man to.
Let me address.
We've never said just not focus on building something for yourself. Nobody is saying that. You are okay if you solely focus on your career. You work on your career until you're about in your 30s, until your early to mid 30s. Men are going to be looking at you like, okay, why are you single? And on top of that, if you are a single mother, you've had multiple kids by multiple different men, why is it now a problem? But hell, not even fucking on that fact either. But hell, if you just, how have you been focusing on your career solely, but then you want to be treated like a wife and be chosen like a wife? That's why I don't understand. Yes, white women go to college and they focus on their studies, but they also have boyfriends. Why can't y'all not do the same? That's the main question. Why can't y'all do the same?
Press Jazz on that point. I 100% understand what you're saying. in terms of Black
let him
women.
finish. Let him answer her
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Is this one
I'm
last
saying, like,
point?
what's the solution? Like, if I have a daughter,
Yeah.
what should I tell my daughter? Like, don't go to school, don't get educated, because a man wouldn't want you for that.
But why? No, it's you go 0 to 100. You can still go to school. Go to school to look for the guy who's going to be a doctor. Go
So
to school
don't
and
go to
look for
school to
the
get
guy.
educated. Just go to school to find a
So,
man.
so Jess, let me, as a woman, let me,
But you're in school, so you're in school, so by proxy, just that's what I'm talking about. By intention, I can go to school and be in my mathematics class for 4 years and see a girl that I like. My intention is to pass the class, but I'm here with this woman. You flip it for women just because of the way the mind works. And you go, she's in her science class, but she sees a guy who's busting his ass. She sees a guy who's like going to be the thing she's looking for. Now, instead of going, wait till you get your career and get up in your career before you even give that guy a chance, give that guy a chance today so that, like you say, you don't have to support from their parents. What's easier, doing it by yourself at 23 or doing it by yourself or doing it with another 23-year-old in this crazy world? I think it's easier with another partner than doing it by yourself.
Together, but it's just like,
there you go.
How do you what do you say to your daughter that's in college? You say, yeah, focus on your studies, but be always on the lookout for a man.
Go ahead, Coco, and then we'll come back.
Like, how do we
what we say to our Black women is, because what's not being said is focus on becoming a wife and mother. That's not what's being stated. Yeah. What is being pushed more than anything is focus on your career, focus on getting the bag. Have you heard, and just from the women, you know what? This is what you're going to experience when you become a mother, or these are the things that you need to be concerned about when becoming a mother, or this is how you're going to feel about when being pregnant. Women generally do not talk about these topics en masse in the public sphere.
Well, let's hold on. Let's back up for a second, because before we get to the pregnancy, before we get into the motherhood, before we get into that, y'all got to get in the game, right? Y'all have to be able to get with a person that you ultimately is supposed to be getting pregnant by, all of that stuff, right? And I think that Jazz, to her credit, asked a valid question, right? Should you be focusing on your career when you're in college, or should you be focusing on finding a man?
You should prioritize finding a man, because the career will always can always be there, but the window of you being able to find a man where you could build with his vision is very limited. Very limited.
I would say,
I got a question. How are these women supposed to prioritize looking for a man when their mamas didn't even prioritize looking for a man? Where are they gonna learn that from?
That is very
true. And that's the rub.
That point is they just gotta have.
That's why.
So I guess
that's why I was gonna let me just go ahead and say that it's being genuine. You need to focus on being genuine, following your gut. Do you feel strongly towards this person? Do you feel a connection with this person while you're trying to achieve whatever goals it is? If it is, then you need to follow your gut. But if you don't feel any kind of connection with anybody, then don't waste nobody's time. There's no point of saying do this or the other thing.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And the reason that I don't agree with
that, the issue we're discussing right now is not enough college women of today are not, or Black college women, since the topic is Black women. Black college women today are not finding other Black men in college to marry right now. Like, what is the issue that we're upset with right now?
Well, they're prioritizing the world outside of family. And the crazy thing about this is since this was done in 1916, Margaret Sanger, or Jazz froze on the, okay. Yeah, so 1916, real quick, let me tell you how insidious this thing is. Margaret Sanger with Planned Parenthood worldwide in England, with meeting of, dignitaries and world leaders. One of her plans was to shift women away from motherhood to womanhood. And we fast that along with killing the black folks, this, that, and the other. And we fast forward, we see what Planned Parenthood has done. Their plan was each country needs to find a way two things: lower marriage rates and lower birth rates. Each country has to move in its own way. China can just tell you you're only going to have one child. Why? Because we'll kill you. Here in America, they tell you, go get your education first, then get your career, And if you look at the West is the only area where without a war happening, our population is actually lowered. Why? Because we've allowed up here, especially in our young women, to tell them, like you're saying, what do you tell the girl in college? She knows this stuff. My daughter will know this at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What type of man to be on the lookout for, because I'm going to raise her with the word. I'm not going to wait till she's in college to go, well, now maybe no.
Are you going to raise her to be male centered and focused?
I'm going to raise her to be.
And there's the problem. Are you going to raise her to be male focused? That's the problem. That whole male focused bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now. Y'all don't have to be male focused. Y'all really don't. Y'all don't have to be male focused. But I'm going to tell you this one thing. You may not want to be male focused, but the problem is y'all still want men. Y'all still want guys. Y'all still want men. So whether you want to be male focused or not, that's up to you. But don't get mad when there's a man that you like and that man ain't paying you no damn attention. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, that man ain't gonna pay you no attention, and that man gonna just look at you like you crazy. Especially if he got a woman that's actually worth a damn, or he ain't really looking. Oh yeah. So don't be male focused. Do you, and just focus on being you. But when it comes to talking about black men and white women, fuck it.
Jesus centered and focused, and that will teach her what to look for outside of a man. Yes. And that's the problem we have to get back into, is go, you let God lead. He shows you everything. It's when we go, well, he made me feel, or she made me, or it made me feel good. So maybe not on this one, God.
So what would you all like to see happen right now? What would you all want women to do right now to fix this apparent epidemic of college women not focusing or prioritizing men?
Let me stop for a second and say this. I don't think y'all realize, I'm gonna answer it in the reverse. I don't think that y'all realize how profitable it is to see you guys suffer.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is why every topic you see on the internet is
no. I think you're missing it,
because being anti-black is profitable.
Listen to what I'm saying. When you guys prioritize your careers, you make it much more profitable for the student loan companies, right? When you prioritize your careers, you make it much more profitable in order for the Afterpay and the Klarnas and the repossession companies and
the tax base.
100%. The economy thrives off of you guys taking a slave mentality towards what capitalism is when you're not prepared for it, because you guys are not built to suffer the way that we are in order for us to continue to build the world up for you to be able to survive, right? So it is much more profitable for the world, let alone the United States of America, to see you guys struggle your way through only to still be at the bottom of what our capitalistic structure is.
I'm gonna simplify it. It's better to see y'all broke and struggling and paying all these damn debts than it is seeing you together with a man with a valuable plan. I'm gonna say it like that. It's better to have y'all struggling, and better to have y'all paying more money than you being on a man's plan, doing what he's following a man's plan. And you wanna know why I say that? Because women spend a lot more money on bullshit while they're single than they would if they had a man. Y'all know it, I know it. Instead of y'all going out and spending money on all sorts of damn random shit, a man have you on a plan. Babe, we can't afford it right now. Hold off. We'll save for it. We'll do this. We'll do that. But the problem is a lot of women want to be independent, but they don't want the responsibility of their actions. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast, spotlight.com. This is your boy Jared. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.